Here we go, twice in 1 week. Yes, this is the J1 League Goal Zone back in business for you. Midweek action with a full set of fixtures. Any of the top four could be top of the league by the end of match week 7. Let's waste no further time as we kick off another episode right now. A derby on the cards, Gamba heading to neighbouring Kyoto for the Keihan Derby, while the leaders on the road to Iwata look to bounce back from their last loss. The only two unbeaten teams remaining in the league go head-to-head in Tosu. Cerezo's solid start to the campaign continued with an excellent display by thrashing the champions over the weekend. Back at home, a tough customer laid in wait. The high-flying Vissel, with only one loss so far, could go top of the table if they could finish with a win. Paul Macefield has your commentary.
Manami doesn't clear his lines though. Inui has another go. What an unbelievable run this is though. Matthias Savio puts it on a plate. Surely Hosoya makes absolutely no mistake. The 20-year-old kept up with Matthias Savio in what was a magnificent run and a wonderful quick counter-attack. Skips past one challenge and then the pace and just rolls it in nicely for Hosoya. Matsuda. Inui, the little flick from him. It's a nice little turn as well, and snapshot coming in from Akuno, who'd pushed on from a midfield position. Nice little leave from Matthias Savio. Hosoya with the ball, he has options. One of them is Mitsumaru with a decent ball in. What a good header that was. Did it cross the line? Nakamura had come in from the right wing-back position. Yamanaka. Here we go. Jean-Patrick is in behind here, and he's got pace. Jean-Patrick almost put it on a plate for the substitute Katano. Just the ball tucked up the line, and look at this blistering pace. Aminami playing catch-up, but Koga had to clear his lines. Mitsumaru has a little bit of space to move into. Angelotti looks up, pulls it back, it's dangerous. Toshima pulls his shot just wide. When the 4 minutes are up, it all depends on the referee, and he says that is enough. So it's that solitary goal from this man, Hosoya, in the 25th minute that separates these two sides. But most importantly for Kashiwa Reysol, it puts them at the top of the J.League standings. The final score, Sanfrecce Osaka 0, Kashiwa Reysol 1.
After 4 games without a win, Kyoto snapped that run with 3 points over Kobe. Their opponents Gamba had an equally fruitful weekend when they overcame Nagoya 3-1. Both sides, eager to build on that success, would make for an entertaining derby day. It wasn't until the 37th minute that the first chance of the game fell to Gamba. Hiroto Yamami with the free kick. It finds Ryu Takao, who really attacks the header, but this one's saved by Naoto Kamifukimoto. On the stroke of half-time, and it was Kyoto's first real attempt on goal. Kosuke Shirai with the cross. Daiki Kaneko finds Peter Utaka, who stabs it home for the opening goal. 5 minutes into the second half, and Gamba trying to play their way towards an equaliser. It culminates in Dorhan's effort from just outside the box, but he drags that away to his right. They kept pressing though and gave themselves another chance 5 minutes later. The long ball finds Patrick, who lays it off to Yamami. Kami Fukumoto palms this one away to keep his side in front. But when just before the hour mark the equaliser finally did come, it was straight out of the top drawer. Cleared to Dohan, who was sitting waiting on the edge of the box, volleying that home supremely. 1-1 now then with 12 minutes to go. Kosuke Onose put through, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Kami Fukumoto refuses to commit himself, and that's enough to see the shot go wide. A 93rd minute chance for Kyoto to take the points. Utaka with the opportunity, but Jun Ichimori dives down to his right, and this one finishes a goal apiece. Tokyo's three-game winning streak was broken when they lost in Yokohama, but a struggling Vissel would be the perfect opponent to put them back on track. The visitors were still without a win, and their alarming form continues to disappoint. Here's Glenn Mascarenas.
And Osaka does well to hold on. This looks dangerous, and that's such an opportunity missed, but not for too long. On the rebound. Well, that's what you needed. No way through for Yuruki. Nagatomo with a slight slip up there. And that's really, well, cost him right through the defenders. Kotaru Yamaguchi with the finish. Pulled away safely by... Oh, keep it not for too long. No, that was touch and go. And that's a fantastic save. Beautifully set up. Just perfect timing from Kensuke Nagai. Just the right touch. Here's Watanabe. Nagai. Adelton! And that's what was needed. The bullet from the head. FC Tokyo finally get through with Adelton. 1-1, and it's game on back again here at the Ajinomoto Stadium. Lovely assist there, and what a finish. Watanabe finds the gap. Nagai with the back pass. Oliveira gets it from Adelton. Morishige takes it. What a shot! That is a sublime shot from the captain. It's now 2-1, and FC Tokyo are in the driver's seat for the first time in the game. Fabulous teamwork right out there in front. Higashi off to Abe. Nagatomo with that back pass, and finally Oliveira has broken the curse. It took him a good bit of time. Lovely back pass there. Nagatomo, well, just providing relief. It's now 3-1, and Diego Oliveira finally comes to the party. Tokyo have had plenty to munch on in the second period, and they're still hungry. Oh, this is dangerously close once again. But it is the Tokyo game with Vissel. It's turned out to be the most interesting. Well, a chance to knock that in, and he has. That just creeped in. Lovely goal there from Keita Yamashita, and a beautiful assist. But he has come to a decision. And he says forearm, so that's going to be disallowed. And it looks like the referee will blow that whistle. Well, did have a sign the moment he touched that earphone. You knew that. What a wonderful game it's been for FC Tokyo, who came from behind to win it, giving FC Tokyo a 3-1 win over Vissel Kobe in this game at the Ajinomoto Stadium.
No wins in their last 3 games, and last year's J2 champions could face the brunt of the reigning J1 champions. Frontale suffered a heavy loss previously and would be looking to make amends in their title hunt. Rish Roshan Rai with your commentary.
In front of and behind that Kawasaki Frontale defense. Linked up well, the ball's been cut into the box. First attempt on target. Just drifted into the penalty area. Straight down the middle though. Had to deal with it. Yamamura was on his shoulder, and it's fallen here to Kawasaki. The shot from range from Wakizaka. Pushed out into the path of Marcinho. Back to Wakizaka. Into the area. To Kozuka. Picked off by Omori. Rio Jermaine holding it up. Oh, it's a dangerous cross into the box. And it's the opener for Jubilo against the runner play. Daiki Ogawa. Suzuki, that's a delightful ball into the box. From that angle as well, the quality that Suzuki puts in here is outstanding. Miyagi cuts inside. It's a dangerous shot. Kawasaki Frontale, the first defeat they suffered last season was in round 26. Now, Damiao with that shot. Good strong save from Miura again. Yamane onto Ienaga. Space to lift this in. This should be the goalkeepers. Miura spilled it. Oh, it's a disaster for Jubilo Iwata and for Ryuki Miura. Stuff like that just going their way. Ryuki Miura seemed like an easy catch and an easy claim for him. He just spilled that. And it's a simple finish. Damiao heads it on. Oh, there's a mistake there. Defensively, can Chinen finish? Another mix-up at the back. Ienaga sends another one in. Chinen with a header. Flick towards goal. And Miura comes up with a save. Launch forward, and the referee's seen enough. He's blown his final whistle. What an ending to this game we've had. But it ends here at the Yamaha Stadium. Jubilo Iwata 1, Kawasaki Frontale 1.
A lucky escape for the champions then, but more points dropped once again means the door is open for a possible new leader. Find out if the Antlers can take over when we return. Welcome back to the J1 League Goal Zone. Plenty of top draw goals for you this week, with a few goal of the season contenders coming up. But first, let's head to Hiroshima for our next contest. Sanfrecce earned their first win over the weekend and would be hoping that that wouldn't be a one-hit wonder, as they now face a tricky task against the Marinos. The away side were unbeaten in their last 5, and with just one loss so far, may prove to be too good in this one. Mark Richmond has your commentary.
Iwata in the way. Shotani. Not many people get past him. Fuji with an opportunity to take that shot on! Oh, it came off the upright. Very unlucky Tomoya Fuji. Didn't get close. That time was a lot closer. Well, he's gotten a lot better over the years defensively, but that's where he loves playing his football. Moving forward, Notsuda, clever inside. The cushion header couldn't find a teammate. The shot comes, and it's the opening goal. Tsukasa Morishima took it first time, didn't wait for it, and sometimes when you pull the trigger and a crowd of players in front of the goalkeeper, that's what happens. Takaoka had a touch, but not a strong enough touch to take the ball out. We changed him into a defensive midfielder. It seems as if he was born into that role. Here's a goal scorer, Morishima. Curling it into space. My goodness, that should have been number 2. Hung up in the air for the longest of times. It was attacked in the end. That's not successfully by Nagai. It's lifted in the box. Oh, what an effort it was from Nagai. Look at how well he struck that one. The connection was absolutely brilliant. Another ball picked up and pinched by Sasaki. Down the line to a very brilliant cross back by Mitsuta. Has scored his second of the game, and Sanfrecce's second, and it's all they deserve. Fuji combining with Mitsuta. Fuji's come away from the pack. Junior Santos in the box waiting for a good delivery. Instead it goes all the way back and almost into the back of the net for Notsuda. Fuji was certainly one of the stars of the show with his incessant running down the right, but perhaps the man who gets the headlines will be that boy, Tsukasa Morishima. Takuya Kida having one of his quieter matches. Sanfrecce Hiroshima picked up every second ball to ensure that they win this one by 2-0.
Yeah, and a lot of that was expected from everybody before the game, and I thought we started the game well enough, but then we just made it very, very difficult for ourselves, and not taking forward options and passing the ball backwards and inviting more pressure. And on the night, it wasn't a good enough performance for us.
A chance for Kashima to take top spot, and they came into this one on the back of a 4-game winning streak. Avispa had again proved to be stubborn opponents and difficult to break down. With 4 draws so far, they'd be hoping to spoil the Antlers' party. But in a quiet first half, it was Kashima who had the first chance. Arthur Kaika with the cross, Yuma Suzuki with the header, and then Koki Anzai with the rebound. A supreme double save from Masaki Murakami. Avispa had a chance of their own just before the half-time whistle. Juanmar Delgado found his path to goal blocked. He lays it off to Taro Sugimoto, and Kwon Sun Tae gets that big left hand to push the shot away. Into the second half now, 68th minute, and from the corner, Kaika probably not sure how that ball bounced off his body and onto the upright. Murakami grateful to gather the ball. 20 minutes left now and still 0-0. Fitting then that the deadlock should be broken by a sublime bit of skill from the edge of the box. Ayase Ueda's right-footed strike puts Kashima 1-0 up. And it was the goalkeeper Kwon who kept them in the lead. Tatsuya Tanaka with the cross. Takeshi Kanamori's header denied by the goalkeeper. 87th minute now, and as soon as Tanaka gets the ball on the left-hand side, you know what he's got on his mind. He tries the spectacular, but Kwon once again equal to it. 96th minute now, and a chance for Avispa to equalise. Kanamori with the audacious lob, but the Korean custodian scrambles back, gets that big paw in the air and pushes the ball off the line to be cleared by the defender. 1-0 to the Antlers. Consadole might be unbeaten so far, but they're also winless this season, notching 6 consecutive draws. Faced with the other unbeaten team in the league, they'd surely like to break that streak with a victory. After only 10 minutes, however, Consadole would have been forgiven for just settling for a draw. With Sagan striding forward, Nanase Ino with a wonderful cross, Fuchi Honda getting his head to the ball, and the home team are 1-0 up. It remained that way until half-time. 5 minutes into the second half, with Hokkaido looking for an equaliser, Takuro Kaneko pulls the ball back for Shinzo Kuroki, who blazes this one over the crossbar. And they didn't have too long to regret that before they went down 2-0. A drilled throw-in from Naoyuki Fujita finds its way to Yuki Kakita, and he wasn't the only one to get a touch on the ball as it found its way into the net for their second goal of the game. 4 minutes later, and Hokkaido were punished again. Diego in possession in the penalty area. He squares it to Kakita for his second goal of the game. Less than 10 minutes elapsed before they found a fourth. Yuki Ono's cross from the right-hand side found an unmarked Shinya Nakano, and Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo's streak of drawn games was now looking very likely to come to an end. And any remaining doubt was removed in the 87th minute. Now Yuki Fujita from the dead ball, and that's a 5-0 thrashing. 3 points for Sagan Tosu. With just 1 loss in their last 4, Urawa would be confident of another positive result when they faced Shimizu. The visitors hadn't found a win in their last 4, and their struggles looked set to continue here. An encouraging start for Urawa. Atsuki Ito moving the ball to his right and curling that one towards the far post. But unfortunately for him, not quite enough curl. But 18 minutes later, things started to go their way. Kasper Juncker brought down by the merest of touches from Shuichi Gonda. Up stepped Ataru Isaka and he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Moments before half-time though, they were almost made to pay for sloppiness in defence. Yuito Suzuki brushing his shot wide of the upright. But then things started to go downhill for Urawa. Atsuki Ito sliding in with his studs clearly showing, and that was enough for the referee to show him a red card. Now facing 10 men, it only took Shimizu 16 minutes to find the equaliser. Rion Yamahara whipping in the cross, Valdo gets his head to it, and we're tied at 1-1. Now with momentum on their side and 5 minutes into time added on for stoppages, Shusako Nishikawa pulls the ball back for Teruki Hara, and although he puts the ball into the net, it had clearly gone out of play as the cross came in. 1-1 it finished. Nagoya had been hit with a bad run of form recently, having failed to win in their last 4. A chance for them to turn things around then as they faced bottom-placed Shonan, the visitors still winless so far this season. Nonetheless, it was Shonan who struck first from an 8th minute corner, Yuki Ohashi getting his head to the ball, and that puts the visitors 1-0 up. 13 minutes later, with the move that started from the goalkeeper, the ball is finally put into the net by Mateus, but the referee, in consultation with VAR, disallowed the goal. Into the second half, and as Nagoya's cross comes in from Ryoya Morishita, Hayato Fukushima expects it to be dealt with before it comes to him. It then bounces off his body and into the net. An own goal, and it's all square. 12 minutes later, and Nagoya looking to go ahead. Shinosuke Nakatani with the shot that beats the goalkeeper at his near post but doesn't beat the post. The rebound is put over the bar. Nagoya still pressing here in the 73rd minute. Sento dummies the ball so that it falls into Sho Inagaki's path. He strikes it, but Kosei Tani is alert enough to keep this one out. 10 minutes left now and Shonan think they've got the winner. Akimi Barada strikes from the edge of the box. It ricochets. Ohashi picks up the rebound, but again the linesman has his flag up for offside. Amid all of that controversy, there was still time for a winner. A clash in the penalty box between Hirokazu Ishihara and Yuki Soma sees Ishihara sent off. The referee points to the spot. Hiroyuki Abe steps up, and Nagoya get the points after a very tight and controversial 90 minutes. A roundup of the results for you then. Kashiwa continue their hot streak with a 1-0 win over Cerezo. Kobe take another loss, this time at the hands of Tokyo. Kawasaki drop points on the road, sharing points with Jubilo, while the Marinos were beaten 2-0 by Sanfrecce. Kashima with an important win in Fukuoka, while Sagan trounced Consadole 5-0 to remain unbeaten in the league. And we have a new team at the top of the table. 8-time champions Kashima take first place after both Kawasaki and the Marinos drop points. The Antlers now sit on 18 points, one ahead of Frontale, and have 2 games in hand. Still early days of course, but Kashiwa keep themselves hot in the title race, 16 points and also with 2 games in hand. To the other end of the table, Nagoya in unfamiliar territory, but slowly inching their way upwards. Sapporo, after being handed their first loss, dropped to 16th. 2 other sides yet to register their first win, Kobe and Shonan occupying the 2 relegation spots. Time for us to head out of here. Thanks for your company once again. If you like what you've seen today, join us next time on the J1 League Goal Zone. I'm Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time.
ฝากติดตามกด Subscribe ช่อง YouTube J.League International ด้วยนะครับ
Like, subscribe, get push notifications.
Like, subscribe, push notification.